May 14th, 2023. To some, it may have just been a normal, typical Sunday, but to those who have mothers or motherly figures in their lives, it was a celebration of the mommies, also known as Mother's Day. I don't know about you guys, but I love my mom. That's my best friend. Like, that's my...
I love you, best friend.
It's tradition on Mother's Day to get your mom some flowers that you got from the grocery store that will probably be dead in 2 to 3 business days, and a card with some generic saying in it, which, no shade, but I wanted to make sure that my mom knows that she is loved, and I appreciate every single thing she's ever done for me and all the things she sacrificed for me. So I had to be a little extra. So my mom works as a teacher at a daycare, and from that, she grew a love for Pete the Cat, which, if you don't know who Pete the Cat is a fictional cartoon cat created by American artist James Dean. Basically, he's from a children's book series about a fictional cat named Pete the Cat and how he's Pete the Cat. But anyways, my mom loves Pete the Cat. I'm an artist. You may know where this is going. I painted Pete the Cat for my mom for Mother's Day. But here's the cat. Due to a lot of things and circumstances, I only had 5 hours to finish this. Yeah, I started the night before Mother's Day. Also, on top of that, because I couldn't sleep the previous night, I was also running on 4 hours of sleep.
Damn!
So here's my journey. So we are starting on the floor. I went with this photo because I just believe it captured like the most Pete the Cat essence. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it's just like Pete the Cat, like that's Pete the Cat right there. I wanted him to take up most of the canvas because I want him to be the main focal point. Like, I didn't want any other background stuff. Nice and big so you can see his beautiful figure. Once I had a sketch down, I put the canvas on an easel because I just could not sketch on the easel. I cannot physically sketch. I mean, I can. Okay. I can physically do it, but I don't want to physically do it, you know? Now I'm actually getting into the fun part, which is the painting. I started to paint the background first. I just wanted to get that out the way. I didn't want to think about that later. I used barely any actual paint for this. I mostly just used water. I wanted to go for a very washed watercolor look, but I didn't want to use watercolors. But yeah, I just went for a classic sky and grass combo, something simple because like I said, I really just wanted Pete to stand out, but I obviously couldn't just use like a plain background. I was gonna do just like a yellow background like the cover of his books mostly are, but I felt that the sky and grass just brought a little bit more life to this painting. I drink to that. The amount of caffeine that was in me that night, you could start a whole coffee shop with my pee. Like, insane. I think that's the only thing I drunk, besides like 2 sips of water. Like, now with the background done and a ton, and I mean a ton of new paint splotches all over my room, now we're going to start the main event of the show, and that is Pete the Cat. I first started off with his head. I thought I was going to have to mix a whole bunch of colors together to get the right blue for him, but I just so happened to have the perfect like midnight blue for him. It was literally perfect, and it saved me so much time. So I did his fur part of his head and neck. Can't forget that neck. He needs to swallow because he obviously needs to see, because that'd be kind of creepy if he was just eyeless. I then added his eyes, which I kind of overlined them because in the original sketch I thought they were too small. I wanted him to look kind of adorable, so the bigger eyes, I think the cuter. If you do not take that personally, I'm talking about character design. I'm talking about character. Do not take. This is one of the few times I actually had to like physically like mix paint together because I just didn't have the perfect yellow for his coat. Does this coat have any significance to the Pete the Cat lore? Like I said, I don't know any Pete the Cat lore. I don't know, because most of the photos I've seen, he's like naked. Oh! So I don't know why he has a coat on for this one. Like, dude, like most of the time you're naked. Now you want to be all modest, but whatever. Like I said, I don't really know much about Pete the Cat. All I know is that he's chill. Like, all I know is that he's chill like that. He's chill like that. Like, he gets down. And after that, I began a little bit of his shoes, but then I was like, girl, I need a break. Like, I need to step away from this painting. Like, for a minute, I'm gonna be honest with you, for a minute, I did not think I was gonna be able to finish it tonight. Like, I don't think. I mean, but Alyssa did what Alyssa does. Period. And we're like, I think like more than halfway. Like give me a good 2 more hours, if that. I think I can get it done. It's probably gonna be like 4 o'clock in the morning, yeah, but it's gonna be done, and that's the most important part. So I'm gonna take a little break before I lose my sanity and my creativity skills, because if I get too irritated, and I want this to be good, because she deserves nothing but the best. I love my mommy. But it's the way me and Pete the cat have matching shoes, because I literally have red Converse just like that. Okay, Twinum. Me and my Twinum. I am losing it. Oh my god. Then after my break, I mean drying time, then I got like the basic shoes, like the white parts, like his soles, the shoelaces, because he takes one step, them shoes gonna fly right off without the laces. And since I was using white paint and my paintbrush was full of white paint, I thought, well, why not do the whites of his eyes and his cute little button nose? He's so cute. Who do you think will win a fight? Pete the cat or Raven? Raven's my cat if you don't know. Like, he look like he can throw some punches, but my girl Raven, she can fight. She been a fighter since she was a baby. Like, I'm putting my money on her. Now it's time to do his 4 groovy buttons. His buttons, his buttons, his 4 groovy buttons. That was for my mom. Do not laugh. Let me appreciate how well I did these buttons, like perfect circles. I didn't need to like draw them first, then do them. Like I did that immaculately. Like, can we talk about that? No! Let's talk about it. I like how I say let's talk about it, and I'm about to like stop talking about it right now and probably never talk about it again. Then I took this time to do like the little details of the shading in his shoes. I know he looks a little messy, she looks a little funky, a little stinky, but don't worry, I fixed her up, okay. Painted his buttonholes, which I did have to do quite a few times because I kept messing up what like the holes will look like. Even though like that's another great thing about Pete the Cat, that the art style is very like kind of like sketchy, like kind of quick hand, you know, not too much thought into it. It's not like perfect, but it still looks good, so thank God. But yeah, fixed his buttonholes. Now looks like it never even happened. They look amazing. And I was somehow still hanging in there. I don't know how, but I was. Well, I know how because the coffee, hello. Since I had the majority of the painting done, I had to get up close and personal.
So we are back on the floor!
And I was just peacefully outlining his laces of his shoes because I wanted that illustrative look, so I had to make sure everything was outlined. But as I was doing that, someone decided that the canvas looked like a lovely sidewalk and decided to walk on it.
Raven.
Yeah, after a few ravens later, I began to get back to outlining.
But like, side note, why is Pete's feet so goddamn big? Like, goddamn!
Now, with these hardworking hands, I took my short-ass pencil that I, for whatever reason, cannot let go. Like, she was with me through so many drawings. I'm not gonna let her go now. I redrew where the whiskers should be because they kind of got washed out with the background, so I have to redo them a bit. But because I have ADHD tendencies, I then decided to outline his buttons because I realized I forgot to outline it. I realized I forgot to outline his buttons, so instead of doing the whiskers, I did his buttons. Yeah, and I lost like all focus on those whiskers, and I kind of forgot about them for a second because I was like, whiskers, ooh, buttons. After those buttons, I was looking at the picture, like something's missing. Like it just isn't, like I don't know what's missing. Then I realized, because I got distracted with the buttons, I forgot to do his whiskers, so then I just did his whiskers. Simple black paint, took a really thin, the thinnest brush I had, and did the whiskers, and they somehow still became out a little chunky, but it's not too noticeable, so I'm not too mad about it. But luckily, Pete is known for having scraggly whiskers, which is perfect because I was like starting to get too tired, and there was no way my hands were going to stay still to make a little whisker multiple times. And no painting is complete without the artist's signature. And just like that, the painting is complete. I still can't believe how good this came out. Like I said, I want to keep mentioning it. 4 hours of sleep. But don't worry, I'm not a cheapskate. I didn't just paint her something. I also made her a little gift basket just full of like things that she'll like, little treats, just little things I got. cute little things, you know. Here's some pictures. Like, I know I'm a great daughter. I know. I'm a great daughter. I'm good. She loved everything I got for her, which is all I could ask for. And guess what her favorite gift was? You guessed it, the Pete the Cat painting. Of course, what else would it be? I mean, look at it. Would you not like that too? She loved it so much that literally the next day she took it in and hung it up in her classroom. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy going on this journey with me, painting Pete the Cat 5 hours before I had to give it to her, burning on 4 hours of sleep, 5 cups of coffee. But yeah, thank you for clicking my video out of all the other videos you could have pressed. Pardon. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my crusty video. Thank you if you consider liking or subscribing. Just thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.